Hello everybody, this is me, the Hub Critic, back with another video, and yes, it's been pretty much nearly a month since I've posted on this channel, and fortunately I don't really have many reasons for my absence. A lot of it's to do, I am in third year, a bit busy this year, and so things have been a bit slower on the channel, of course, as you've seen and noticed. So, sometimes going up here is a bit of a drag. I have attempted to make a Wrestle Talk video, but I'm just not feeling it at the moment. Haven't really seen NXT lately, and I'm talking lately, I mean like this past couple of months. So obviously that kind of puts a hold on those things. WWE is just really boring at the moment. I'm sorry to say that. I think we're experiencing a down period in wrestling. The whole build up to SummerSlam let down. It's just, SummerSlam was good in my opinion. Yes, a strong show in all, but after that, most of what's been going on has been outside of wrestling, which really isn't a good sign to see. The main news stories being, well, cases about Jimmy Snuka murdering somebody, and I just didn't feel like posting stuff relating to that kind of content. So I'm basically up here to talk more, stuff, fun stuff. So here we are talking about NBA. I don't really post many basketball videos. This is probably my second one, obviously being off after that podcast. So, might make a few of these here now again, and you'll see them coming up around. So this episode is basically about the Denver Nuggets, the prospects, how I'm feeling about the moment, about the team and everything that's been going on lately, our past performances. Let's just go into past performance here, because currently from the Western Conference, where we're standing in the Northwest Division, we kind of fell back pretty far, I must say. If we take a look at our standings from 2014-2015 from the Northwest Division, it gets a little bit embarrassing, I should say, because previous years Denver Nuggets have typically made the playoffs, and they've had a big long streak of actually making the playoffs. Currently they finished 4th in the Northwest Division. Northwest Division, home to the strong Oklahoma City Thunder. I love the Oklahoma City Thunder, one of my favourite teams. But unfortunately they didn't have a great series last year, and didn't make the playoffs from 2015 this year. Unfortunately being cut off there with a great win-loss. Well, the win-loss record wasn't great compared to some of the other win-loss records that we've seen of late, but it was as good as the New Orleans. So that sort of gives you a wager of their kind of talent. They've got a good bit of talent, and especially in this Western Conference, we have a high quality team. Western Conference is a very, very good conference, much better in my opinion at the current era than the Eastern Conference, just in terms of what's been going on lately. And then you look at the teams, there's just so many strong teams, and so for a team like Oklahoma City Thunder not even to make it is really shocking. So yeah, they were also in a division. They probably finished first, I'm guessing. We finished right around the 12th place out of 15 in the conference. In all, I'd say we finished pretty damn low. I'd say 30 wins, 52 losses. Our field goal percentage, I should say, our winning percentage was 30.366, and our games back, we were 37 games back from the leaders. We had a home record of 1922 and a away record of 1130 and a division record of 610. So conference record of 19, which isn't just not great, 1933. I mean, to be honest, I could go through all of the stats here. I mean, just it didn't go great. I mean, we've had a jumble of managers here and there. We had to see the exit of George Karl. We saw Melvin Hunt take over for a bit. We saw another guy, and now we have Mike Malone taking over, which hopefully that will give us a bit more stability going into this new year, not having a load of different teams sort of trying to put their heads in on what's been going on. We want some stability here. We do not want, obviously predictions have been pretty pretty standard here. I mean, predicting us to get 28 wins, 55 losses, or 32 wins. But of course, our goal isn't to get more wins, more losses. It's to have a stable team that doesn't have to experience the turmoil we did in previous years. I mean, yes, I'm not the biggest historian on any of this Denver Nuggets stuff. I mean, seriously, don't ask me questions about what happened 3 or 4 years ago, because I'm new to the game here. But seriously, Denver Nuggets just need to up their just not bomb or anything. But we don't want to. We're not necessarily going to be a better team this season, but I do feel like we can have a team that is content with their position. Obviously, finishing in our current isn't great, but it isn't horrible. Like the Minnesota Timberwolves, the LA Lakers, which was just shocking. I mean, that's pretty shocking. One of the most shocking results I've seen in a while. So obviously, our playoffs this year, we had a good fair, draft night, and that was fine. We've got a few other players which I haven't really noted of yet, but currently I'm kind of liking the roster a bit. Obviously, we've seen the exit of Ty Lawson, which I'll get to in a minute, but our current roster this time is Darrell Arthur holding up forward. This man is a veteran on the team, I would say. We've got quite a few veterans here, so it's definitely going to be, in that respect, there isn't going to be, hopefully, too much turmoil with the veterans sort of taking guard, and hopefully they will sort of calm everybody down when it gets rough, and we will see a bit of mentorship there. So obviously one of them being Darrell Arthur. You can check his stats out now. But anyway, he's a forward. Nice size, kind of medium in there. Will Barton. I actually love this guy. I've seen him play this season. He's had a really nice season. I don't know. No, I just really like his play style. I feel he's a guard. He's 6'6", 175 pounds. He's great mid-range, I think. And he's been 3 years pro. He was drafted, I believe, from the Portland Trail Blazers. He's just had a wonderful time as of late, I feel, and I really like his prospects this year. His average was 6.8 points, and I think he can do quite a few things. So yeah, I just like what he's been doing. He's just he's a nice little pick on the team there, just to have as not a mainstay. But he can pop up as a sixth man, or anywhere, just as a little guard on the side. I mean, we've got quite a few top quality guards here, I'm saying. But anyway, our forwards, Wilson Chandler, obviously I played him in the game, and he's a great old veteran man. He's played 78 games for the team, and he's a nice strong point man there, because he keeps up a regular amount of points and he doesn't stray in that respects. So I like him. Taking up another forward is Kenneth Faried. What can you say about Kenneth Faried other than the fact that he is electric? He's been playing for Olympic teams. I mean, to get to that standard, you feel like, how can you not like this guy? Because just the way he plays, it's sporadically it's fantastic. He's a great rebounder. He's one of the best, if not the best, in the NBA league, and his position is perfect for him. He has a 12.6 points per goal, 8.9 rebounds per game. Guys, this is what I'm talking about. And he even might pull up an assist or two per game, which is always a good prospect for a forward who needs to have a bit of spark to him, and he's definitely the guy. Randy Foye, who's been going for 9 years. Not saying he's had a great season, but he can pull his own, and he knows how to run a team. Obviously, he's done that in the Orlando Magic. He's made it to the playoffs and all, so he has a lot of that sort of aspect of things. Okay, not an amazing season for him, but he's in a transitional period, so we might see an improvement from him. He's playing a guard. A guard is Jamel Franklin. Don't know much about him, but he's young. Haven't seen much of him yet, so he's only played really 3 games. Haven't comment on him. Next is Daniele Gallinari, one of my personal favourites from Italy, right out of Olimpio Milano. He's been pro for, hard to believe, 7 years now. He was pretty high up in that draft pick, and who we see him here as a forward with the best 3-point game on the team, and that's just really fun to watch because 3-pointing is amazing when you see it just come naturally and not be forced out of people. I think he's the guy who can just do that naturally. He's obviously scored a few 40-point games last year, and people have just kept him on. You notice how great he is because the managers keep him on to see how many points he can get, and he does deliver in those cases. Yeah, I don't know. I think this is a case of he could be outshined by some of the new guys on the team, some of the big forwards that we're also getting. But honestly, I still think he can hold his own, and everyone's taking notice of him from last season. Eric Green is a guard. He's just out of rookie year, I believe, and yeah, he's a guard, and I think he can be a good one at that. Gary Harris is another guard from Michigan State, another rookie, so I'm just going to skip through these because I can't really comment on them. But anyway, our forward and a centre, JJ Hickson, a big man himself, 242 pounds, 6'9", and yeah, I don't know, he just fits into the centre positions, but obviously centres can be guards and he's forwards, so he's definitely move aroundable. I don't know how to say that word. He can adapt. He's adaptable. So I don't know. Yeah, cool. I like him. I think a new guy we have is Nick Johnson. If I do believe he's being a rookie last year. I've never seen him before, so I don't know. And we'll see some exciting new plays from different people this year. A new person we drafted from Serbia. We like those Serbians for some reason. But anyway, it is Nikola Jovic from this year, I believe. So we're going to see how he does. Geoffrey Laverne, who's been gone for 1 year, and he's from France. And he's played 24 games, so yeah, he's a little bit of experience on his belt. Of course, you have to comment on Emmanuel Mudiay, because this guy's been in China for Guangdong Dragons, and he's basically dominated over there. Obviously, they have a completely different style of play. He got to do a bit more of his point guard position there than he would, say, in college basketball here. I believe he's 6'5", so perfect height, the perfect weight, 200 pounds, and he's nice and young. He's only 19 years old, to be honest. That's really young. He's from Democratic Republic of Congo, and I don't know, I haven't really seen anything too special for him. Again, I do believe that if you go check out my Instagram, I'll probably leave a link to that below, but I did comment on him not in much detail. Obviously, this episode, I'm just going to be like my introduction to NBA. Not really, but yeah, I just have to say Emmanuel Mudiay. If we see some of what he did in China, I think he could really fit in. Obviously, he's taking on he's basically putting a lot of this over his head. What's the word? Anyway, he's definitely honing a lot of this club under his belt, because he's obviously the new point guard. Ty Lawson's all gone. He went to the Houston Rockets. Yeah, I was kind of expecting Ty Lawson. He's really, really fast-fledged and fully fledged sort of an individual, and I don't think that he can really stay down to Nuggets any longer. Obviously, there's so much going on last year. I think Ty Lawson just wanted to get out of that, and obviously he's gone over to the Houston Rockets, so from there I believe Emmanuel Mudiay is in control of the team now. It is a lot to take under, so I do think that we're going to have a bit of a rough year at first, but hopefully we can settle in and have just as good a year, just even better year than last year. But obviously we want to remain stable and not drop down. I mean, the quality, will hopefully see an improvement over the year, because things can change, and Emmanuel Mudiay will definitely improve in time. So definitely think we can see. He's only 19, guys. He's got lots of development to go through, and we'll see how he does. Jameer Nelson, the guard. Let's see. Comment on him. This guy, he's done a lot. Went over. He's been 11 years, so he's basically the grandfather of the club. So he's definitely a mentor to everybody. He's a very important position here. He's not going to take too much of this limelight, I'm guessing, but he's going to sort of teach the others up and bring them up to his standard. So hopefully you can see some of that coming through. And I really do respect this guy's opinion. So I mean, watch his interviews or anything like that, but I think that this guy could really show some plays to the men on the team and offer some advice and keep things running as smoothly as possible. I mean, I don't know, last year was a bit questionable, but honestly, this guy can help out quite a bit with the team. The running's on. I don't expect him to have a masterful season, but I expect the others to pick up a thing or two from him. Yusuf Nurkic is a centre. I really kind of thought his playstyle was a bit unorthodox at first, but I do think it's quite effective. If you look at his stats, you won't think too much of him, but honestly, you really gotta see him play to see his effort. A bit like Kenneth Faried to a degree, but he's way bigger. He's gigantic. He's 6'11", 280 pounds. He's from Bosnia as well, obviously. There's some sort of Bosnia connection here. And yes, you gotta see him play, man, to understand what he's like. He's basically just had 1 year, and he's made quite an effect. He's had quite a showing out here in Denver, where there's not too much to be distracted by, to be honest. I mean, seriously. I mean, we had Ty Lawson, but obviously he's gone now, so Yusuf Nurkic could take more of a centre role. He could definitely be the starting centre. I could see that definitely. I mean, if you look at the other members of the team, there's no one else there that really can replace him, even as a forward or a centre. But anyway, I really think that he is definitely in the starting 5, if not a 6th man, definitely. But anyway, let's look at Kostas Papaninikoula. He is from Olympiakos in Greece, and interesting choice, I believe, from Denver. And next we have a guard, which is Nikola Redvic, and he is a rookie. So there's two one's just fancy names there. One from Serbia again, and one from Greece. So I like the Serbians. They're very good at basketball, so no problem there choosing those guys. Anyway, that's a team, okay? And the standouts from last year, in my opinion, my favourites being hopefully Ty Lawson having a great season, and we're going to see the points per game being taken over by Emmanuel Mudia, hopefully. Kenneth Faried definitely had a good year. Danilo Gallinari with 89.5%, which I believe Danilo Gallinari was my favourite from 2014-2015 season. I mean, if you look at these stats here, it's pretty good. I mean, seriously, I would say, look at that, free throw percentage 89.5%, 3-point field goal percentage 35.5%, really nice. And just he's had some outstanding games where you just looked at him awestruck, because he's just had those games. Oh, but also, guys that have really surprised, and I'm going to say my second, what, I might even say this, but Yusuf Nurkic, in his rookie year, look how much he's done, 6.2 in rebounds per game, 44.6% field goal percentage. I might even say that Yusuf Nurkic has a better season than Danilo Gallinari, but of course I haven't seen as much as it. I've seen the stats here, but I haven't really seen all of his matches, so I didn't really get a big sense of that. But anyway, he's also had 1.1 blocks per game, so he's a physical guy, but he's also accurate. So that's a lot of my personal opinion on it. The players who are playing, obviously my favourites there, and leading in, obviously I can't say too much, because I haven't seen too much, but once we're into the season and get started, I might even do match reviews of some of the main matches that look enjoyable. Obviously we had the Summer League going up, but leading into our first pre-season game, which is the first game of the NBA funny enough, and we're taking on the LA Clippers over in the Staples Center in the LA Clippers Los Angeles on Friday, October 2nd, which is, the day before my birthday, but it's also going to be late, so I might not watch it live. I might watch it the next day and then do my review on it. So I'm thinking it's going to be a weekend sort of time, so it's going to be perfect timing for me to go ahead and have a good watch of that. So I'm very excited for that. And we're going to go review some of those preseason matches. Just to comment on the other ones, we've got the Dallas Mavericks, the Chicago Bulls, Golden State Warriors, Phoenix Suns, Oklahoma City Thunder, and Utah Jazz. And hopefully there'll be a wager to how things are going. And I'm really excited to see our new player up and running. That was pretty much my prospects for the new year. And maybe not too much in Tyler Lawson, but honestly, that is our kind of squad going into 2015-2016 season. And hope you enjoyed, and I'll post them more Denver Nuggets videos in the future and NBA in general. That's it for me. See you guys later.